Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks so much for joining me again for another video. This is a Friday Sews video, so as always a huge thank you to Jen from Today in Zen Sewing Room. So before I get started, I'd like to apologise if I sound a bit odd today. I'm at the tail end of a horrible head cold. Thank you very much, baby French Seams. He had it last week and then he gave it to my husband and then I got it, and I'm hopefully now by the weekend I will be rid of it. So I'm feeling a little bit sorry for myself. So please bear with me if I sound a little bit croaky. Not as croaky as I did back in May, if you remember that. Yeah, we'll hopefully avoid that scenario again. So anyway, thank you very much for tuning back in, and thank you as always to everybody who's watched any of my previous videos, and thank you so much for all the love on my Friday Sews video last week for my new Avenir jumpsuit. I absolutely love that make. It was slightly out of my comfort zone and I am just delighted with how it came out, and I wore it out for dinner last week with friends and they all loved it, and I just absolutely love it, and I am firmly in team jumpsuit, so expect to see an awful lot more of those kind of makes here on the channel. So what have I been up to for the past week? So the past week has been really busy. So work has been busy, Mr. French Seams has been travelling, I've been fetching and delivering boys from various activities, the usual kind of stuff. So I'm glad now it's Friday and it's almost the weekend, and I think I'm due a little Aperol spritz tonight. What do we think? Anyway. So I had a lovely weekend last weekend with my parents. We stayed with them. I got my hair done. As you know, I travel to see my hairdresser because she's that good. So I'm back being a little bit blonder, which I absolutely love for this summer. She looks outside of the dark grey clouds. So it was a lovely weekend. Then I came home to some very nice Happy Post. So I am now a certified member of the Bias Tape Appreciation Society, and I am so delighted. I talk about bias binding on here all the time, and because I left such subtle hints to Mr. French Seams in that he asked me what would I like for my birthday, and I emailed him the link to the bias binding subscription. So yes, he got me that for my birthday, so I am delighted. So I came to the post this week. I don't quite know the etiquette of showing it, so I'm not going to show the bias binding that I got because I'm really afraid of people having not seen it. So I really must figure out the etiquette of when I can show what the bias binding is. But suffice to say, it's absolutely fabulous. I love it, and this is going to be such a treat coming through the door every month from this Becky Seamstress. So I absolutely love it. And yes, I'll just be talking about bias binding for a little bit longer if you'll forgive me. But yes, I love it, and I love this patch. I think it is super cute. So thank you very much, Mr. French Seams, for a lovely birthday present. Apologies, I will have to stop to cough every now and then. So also this week, I had the absolute pleasure of having a chat with a fellow vlogger. So I'm sure you follow her as well, and I'll link all the details below, but she's called Karen Marie and she lives all the way over in Norway. And her YouTube channel is Made by Karen Marie, so I'll link everything below. So we've been chatting. I first discovered her YouTube channel, I think around last November after the Gift November challenge. And we were chatting back and forth on Instagram and over on YouTube as well. And we finally had an actual in real life chat this week, which was so nice. Karen Marie, thank you so much for setting that up. And because we have been discussing a collaboration that's going to be happening between the two of us very soon, so watch this space. So I just love when you're chatting on YouTube, chatting on Instagram, and then you're chatting in real life. It's just so nice. And yeah, we just chatted for the longest time, but it was really nice to get to know her a little bit better. So that was another treat this week. I had no quilting bee this week because I've run aground with supplies. Basically, I think I mentioned last week that I finished my quilt topper, my lovely spring quilt, and I had no batting. So more on that later because I now know where I'm going to source it, but more on that in a minute. And thank you so much to everybody who recommended what kind of thread I should use for the quilting when I get around to it. So there was a kind of choice between mustard or navy, and I couldn't quite decide. The majority here suggested mustard, but then a few people suggested variegated thread, so basically thread that changes colour, and I thought that was a fabulous idea. So I have a few of them which are really pretty. I have this lovely pinky purpley one, and then I think I use these more for overlockers, but these are kind of idea, so kind of purpley one and then a kind of greeny yellowy one. So that's the kind of thing I'm now looking for, so a kind of changey colour thread in kind of mustardy yellowy tones. So again, I'm hoping I can source that at the weekend. So thank you very much for all the advice on that. It was really great. So yeah, I need to get batting and I need to get thread to get cracking on finishing off that quilt. So I didn't have any quilting update this week. I did a little bit of sewing though. So you can see here what I'm wearing. So this is the Jennifer Lauren Emmie tee, which I've made a good few times now, and I really, really like it. So I got this beautiful striped jersey in trimmings. I thought it was really, really nice colours, really summery colours, and I wanted just to make the straight short sleeve version of the Emmie tee. It does also come as a pieced front, and I'm very happy with how it came out. So I'll stand up. I'm wearing it today with my Helen's Closet Arden pants, which I absolutely love. And look at my little label, isn't that just the cutest? So this is the little summer label from Cozy Club Handmade, and I just thought the colours matched perfectly. My chair is stuck on the cushion. It's not going very well today for me, is it? So yeah, really, really happy with how this came out. The only thing about this is, obviously you want to get the stripe matching perfect. So I do my usual, I lay down my pattern piece and then I cut that out, and then I take off the pattern piece, flip over the fabric and make sure I've got all the lines straight. So that gives nice straight lines here. And then I lined up the shoulder seam. So I'm very happy with my stripe matching along the shoulder seams here. But for some reason, the back of the sleeve is way bigger than the front. So the side seams don't match up with stripes at all. So I made them more intentionally not line up, if you know what I mean. So they're now completely offset by one, which I think actually gives a very, very nice look. But it was just a bit strange because usually you can match the side seams, but I thought it was more important to match them up here. I think it's kind of cute. And then intentionally cut the neckband on the cross grain yes, and then also these to make it look a bit more intentional. But I absolutely love this t-shirt and I think it's really, really cute, really, really summery, and yeah, just delighted I got this done. So the other thing I got, well, I say done, it kills me to have a half-made project. I don't know about you, but when I start a project, I have to see it through entirely, usually that day. I hate having work in progresses. I hate having things kind of lying around half finished. So I've run aground with my sewing yet again. So I started my Brea tee, and this is the Half Moon Atelier t-shirt, and I brought in my other one to show you. Here's one I made earlier. So I made this about 2 summers ago, I think, and it's from this lovely bottle green fabric from Ecobee. So you can see here, this is the knit version of the Brea tee, and it's got a lovely waistband. I've got a cute little label here, handmade. And then the front and back are made separately, and then you bind them all and then join them together. So it gives lovely kind of fluff. Lovely kind of tulip edge here. So it's all bound all the way around the neck, all around the back, all around the sleeves, and I think it gives a really, really nice finish. So I wanted to recreate that in this beautiful coral colour. So, and this is how far I've got. So I've done the hemband, I've put in the label I would like, I've done all the binding, so I made all the binding myself. Obviously there's a seam at the front, but never mind, hopefully nobody will notice. And I've pinned all the binding together, and I just need to sew that down. So I did have thread that kind of matched, but for some reason it just kept skipping, and I changed the needle, I rethreaded, all that good stuff, and it just wasn't giving nice stitches at all. And I couldn't decide whether to do real intentional stitches in the binding or to try and stitch in the ditch, which, yeah, I'm never that good at catching the seam on the inside. So, but I do need to get now proper thread, probably Guttman thread that I always use, in this lovely coral colour. So I've kind of run aground with this, but again, that's adding to my shopping list for this weekend. So I now need a few bits and pieces, but I love how this is looking. I think it's a really, really pretty t-shirt, and I've still got pins and markings and everything yet. So I'm hoping to finish that over the weekend, and I'll be able to show that to you next week. But yes, this is going into the work in progress pile. Oh dear. So yes, that's what I got sewn up this week. So I bought a few patterns this week. So yeah, I've got them cut out here. So last night I had the most wonderful Zoom chat with some lovely, lovely fellow sewists. So there was Angela Devon Threadtails, Cara So Mad, Sam Sola Sparkle with Sam, Mandy Make It So, Katie from Whatever Katie Made, and Adam from Adam Sews. So unfortunately, Tanya Just Let Me Sew and Catherine from Soberton Makery couldn't join us, but you were missed, ladies, and hopefully you can join the next time. So it was the loveliest evening. Chat, 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 and no topic was off limits. It was so much fun. And the others were sewing up a storm, and I decided to cut out because I had run aground with my sewing. So I managed to get 2 patterns cut out because I bought them during the week. One is the I Am Patterns Gaia, which is a beautiful sleeveless top with kind of little details here that you can cinch in and put little bows. I'll pop in the line drawings here. I've been looking at it for a little while, and then it was actually Mandy who mentioned, I think in her vlog during the week, that they had a sale on. So I jumped on their website and the sale was still going on, which is brilliant. So I managed to buy the I Am Gaia, and then they also have an expansion pack for a lovely fluted sleeve, an expansion pack for a skirt as well, which was great. So I managed to get that pattern. I think it's beautiful, and I'd love to do one of the little bows. So I got that cut out. And then the other pattern I bought was the, again, Mandy's fault, the Soraya robe from Nina Lee. So Mandy made that as part of, I think, So Blood Pressure and maybe So Fruity as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a beautiful beach cover up, real kind of, it literally just looks like a square, but then the way it's sewn, it creates sleeves and then it's got a little waist channel. I think it looks so pretty. So I wanted to buy that as well. So I think that was only about €5, which is great. So I got both of those cut out. So I got them printed, stuck together, cut out, all while chatting, which was just wonderful. And then towards the end of the evening, I realised I hadn't sewn anything. So I was feeling a bit panicked. So I managed to sew up 2 scrunchies in literally 5 minutes. I was delighted. You might recognise this fabric from my So Fruity. It's got the little bees and strawberries, a beautiful fabric. This is the end of the fabric now from the lovely Anne, thank you. And when I was with my parents at the weekend, my mum had a magazine and there was the usual kind of what's hot, what's not kind of thing. And what's hot was apparently big scrunchies. And they had one advertised for about €85. It's like, €85 for a scrunchie? So I got 2 of them made up in literally 5 minutes. And I'll link the YouTube tutorial that I use to make scrunchies. It uses kind of a burrito method, which is super, super quick. And there's no fiddly turning or anything, which is brilliant. So yes, these are my lovely little scrunchies. So yes, so I did get a little bit of sewing done. You know, I was feeling a little bit panicked that I wasn't getting anything done. Anyways, that's what we did last night. So nice to talk to all those wonderful, wonderful people. I'm just, yeah, delighted that they're in my life now, that I got to get to know them at Stitch Festival and that we've kept on chatting and to share all our sewing woes, sewing fails, sewing highs, and it's just really great and it was just so much fun and I really, really hope we get to do it again soon. So hello to everybody from that Zoom chat. What else did I do? Yes, so last weekend I also did a teeny tiny spot of fabric shopping. So I wasn't really going to, but I was close to the fabric outlet and I thought it might be rude not to pop in and see what they have. So I've probably mentioned that before. They're mainly upholstery, curtains, that kind of stuff, but they do have a very, very small dressmaking section. So I went in to have a quick look. Sorry, coughing again. I found this beautiful shirting fabric. So it is just blue and white stripes. It's a cotton, I would imagine. So it's quite lightweight. If I pull out one layer for you there, so but it's not really that see-through, a little bit. But I just thought it was really, really pretty. And I think this would make a very, very nice Soraya beach cover-up. I think it would look lovely. And if I don't need to use it on the beach, I think that would double as a nice little kind of really fancy schmancy dressing gown. So I bought a couple of meters of this because their fabric is about €5 or €6 a meter, which is really great. So, and I thought that was really pretty. And then on the Nina Lee website, on the stock pictures for the pattern, there's one and she's got a kind of a mini version and it's got a little pom-pom trim. So, and lo and behold, behind the counter, they had a whole section of these little pom-pom trims and they had big ones and little ones and everything. So I decided to let's just throw everything at this. So I bought the little blue pom-poms and I think they are so cute and so much fun. So if you imagine, I now have a little beach cover up and I'm going to do the end of the sleeves and the end of the hem in little tiny blue pom-poms, and I think that would just look adorable. And I think that'd be so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to getting that started. So that's my little Soraya robe, my little tiny fabric purchase this week. What else did I do? So I'm just having a look at my notes. Yeah, so that was mainly what I got done this week. So my plans for next week. So set your watches. Tomorrow night, I am doing a live podcast again up in the Crafty studio with the lovely Anne-Marie. She's at Crafty Studio, and also the lovely Anna from Missing as well. I'll link both their Instagram handles down below, so I cannot wait to see those ladies again. I haven't seen them since Frockdays in Galway. So Anne-Marie very kindly asked me to be on her channel again to do a little podcast, a little YouTube live on all sewing tools. So I'm really, really excited to do that. So I had a little look through I've got my little box of tricks and all kinds of stuff. So I've been looking around in these little things up here to see what I can bring up to show. So I've got a couple of little ideas to kind of share with you that I use in my sewing most days. So I'm super excited to talk to you all about that. So please join in. It's at 7 o'clock Irish time on Saturday night, but I'll link everything down below. But I would love to see you there. So because I'm up in a fabric shop, I know that she stocks batting. I know that she stocks thread. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of purchasing while I'm up there. And also I think I might like to buy some fabric as well, because I've got a few little dresses that I would like to make for August. We're going on holidays at the end of August. We're staying in Ireland, but I would still like a few little holiday dresses just to pretend it's going to be lovely sunny weather. But I would like to get a look at those, and maybe some fabric for some shorts potentially. So I'm going to have a little perusal up while I'm there. So I'll be sure to let you know if what I buy. There's no if really, is there? So I'm really looking forward to that now on Saturday night, so be sure to join in. And yeah, this week I think I'm going to start my Soraya robe and just give it a go, because as you know, I don't have a stash, and this is basically my stash. So I'm going to finish off my Brea tee, and I'm going to do my Soraya robe, and that'll be my week, hopefully. I don't think I have anything else planned next week. I think it's going to be a pretty quiet week. Oh, I put loads of this, didn't I? So it is going to be a pretty quiet week. There's the usual, there's a sewing bee going on, which is marvellous. This week was a little bit contentious. If anybody is watching So Let's Sparkle with Sam's, her recap there on Thursday, so be sure to check it out. It was a bit of a tricky week. And if anybody is following the Tour de France, I love it. Myself and my husband absolutely love it every year. That's our summer basically, so I've been tuning into that every day to see how they're getting on. So love watching the Tour de France. That's going to be my week as well. And that's about it. So I think I should leave it there for now. On the life front, life is good, life is busy. The boys are really busy. They're loving life basically. We're still doing Pokemon cards. If you're following along, I made them little Pokemon bags recently. They're being filled and filled and filled with Pokemon cards, but they're in great form. They're now just in full-time daycare because older boy has now finished school. So doing little camps and little trips and stuff, but they're delighted, and I'm going to take a few days off during the summer to take them out for little treat days and stuff. So I think there's a new Minion movie, which I think I'm going to be going to see. But anyway, so that's basically everything on the life front. So thank you as always for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And if you have any questions on anything I've mentioned, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below. You know how much I love having the chats, and I try to respond to everybody. So if I haven't responded to you, please drop me a message, because I'm hoping I haven't missed your comment, but if I have, please let me know. If you like this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and please also consider subscribing. Let me know what you're sewing, let me know what your plans are, what you're getting up to in your corner of the world. And I shall leave it there for now, and I shall talk to you all again very, very soon in another video. Take care, everyone. Bye.